This is Info Live TV, headline news. I'm Daniel Ben-Nun. Palestinian terrorists in the Gaza Strip fired a number of mortar shells at the western Negev on Wednesday, hours after IDF soldiers gunned down 4 Hamas terrorists attempting to carry out a bombing attack near the Gaza border. The incident began when IDF soldiers saw a group of Palestinian terrorists moving towards the border fence near the central Gaza town of Khan Yunis, carrying weapons and explosive devices. The troops subsequently opened fire on the terrorists, and during the ensuing gun battle, 4 Hamas terrorists were killed in the exchange of fire, and 1 IDF soldier was lightly wounded. Following the successful IDF operation, Hamas terrorists began firing mortars at nearby Israeli towns. Israel then responded by launching 2 IAF strikes against Hamas mortar squads. While Hamas stopped short of calling off the fragile 5-month-old ceasefire between the two sides, it did say that its terrorists would fight any entry of IDF troops into the coastal territory. The Hamas-Israel truce has begun to unravel since last Tuesday after IDF troops entered Gaza to destroy a tunnel to be used to kidnap an IDF soldier, setting off a gun battle that killed 7 Palestinian terrorists. Syria's Foreign Minister Walid Moallem suggested on Wednesday that Israeli bombs may be the source of the uranium traces that UN inspectors found at Syria's suspected nuclear site. The foreign minister also said that the UN reports about traces found at the suspected atomic site, targeted by Israeli warplanes in September 2007, were politically motivated. The Syrian official then made the dubious claim that both the United States and Israel use bombs containing depleted uranium. Israel's Security Cabinet rejected a request made by the Defense Ministry on Wednesday, asking for an additional 500 million shekels to be used to reinforce Israeli communities within range of Gaza rocket fire. While the Treasury argued that the additional funds were not available, Defense Minister Ehud Barak said the extra money is needed to provide protection against rockets for an additional 4,700 housing units. Since the ceasefire began in June, Israel has built an additional 400 bunkers throughout Israel's Gaza border region. Former United States President Jimmy Carter said this week that he hopes President-elect Barack Obama will immediately begin pursuing Middle East peace talks once he takes office. Carter said he was thrilled by Obama's election and praised his victory as heralding a new approach to the Israeli-Palestinian peace process. He added that Obama should waste no time to start working on the negotiations, noting that the past 2 presidents had waited until their last year in office before addressing the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. While the global economic crisis has affected tourism around the world, Israel's coastal city seems to have remained untouched as tourism reached an all-time high in Tel Aviv this week. According to recent reports, the number of tourists arriving in Tel Aviv so far this year is 34% higher than the number of tourists who visited the city in the year 2000, the year Pope John Paul II visited the Holy Land, marking a record year in tourism in Israel. Tune in to Info Live TV tomorrow for an exclusive report on the final hours of Nir Barkat's successful campaign to win Jerusalem's mayoral elections. Info Live TV follows Nir Barkat through the last day of his election campaign up until the moment he was declared the next mayor of Israel's spiritual and political capital. Thank you for watching Info Live TV, Israel's only internet television channel that broadcasts in 4 languages from Jerusalem to the world.